In this video, we're going to talk about discipline and structure. There is a saying by a Navy SEAL officer. I don't know if he's retired or not. His name is Joko, I think, Joko something. He's got a book called Discipline Equals Freedom. Now, what does that mean? Discipline equals freedom. Because initially, when you take on any discipline, you will quickly realize that you're restricting yourself. If you discipline yourself to eat once a day, you are restricting yourself. That's what it's called, time restricted eating, right? Intermittent fasting. You're restricting yourself. So where's the freedom then? Doesn't make sense. Where's the freedom? Well, the freedom comes from being free from the dependency on the food drug. That's one example. You discipline yourself to take a cold shower every day. That's quite a discipline also, and it's just restrictive. Oh man, you can't take warm showers now? What do you mean I can't take warm showers? I gotta take a cold shower every morning? Shivering. Ugh, uncomfortable. Where's the freedom in that? You're restricting yourself from the pleasure, the sensual pleasure of a hot shower. Well, the freedom is the energy. If you take a cold shower every morning, you're gonna have more energy, more freedom to do the things you want to do, to prosper and help others around you prosper as well. So, you can see this and apply it to every discipline, and pretty quickly you'll see that discipline in the long run equals freedom. And I am realizing that for me personally, I can't live without discipline, some form of discipline. I can't live without some form of structure. I get quite a bit of masculine energy. Masculine energy goes outwards, is assertive, and just goes outwards, you see. And all that energy needs to be directed in a particular way, whatever way that masculine expression is, that masculine energy expression is. And some form of structure, in my opinion, is needed to direct this masculine energy. And this goes for the ladies as well, because the ladies, although, as a woman, you have predominant feminine energy, but you still have to use some of the masculine energy to do certain things in your life. Anytime we do things, we're using the masculine energy, you see? Anytime we take action, that's a masculine quality, and that's needed for both men and women. So some form of structure is necessary, and discipline is part of that as well. So you structure your day, you discipline yourself. All right, at 9 a.m. I'm gonna wake up. At 11 a.m. I'm gonna meditate. At 1 p.m. I'm gonna take a cold shower, or I'm gonna work out, etc., etc., etc. You see? So it seems to me that some form of structure, some form of discipline is necessary to varying degrees. You don't want your entire life to be disciplined, because then it's too boring, right? And it's too restrictive at that point. It is gone beyond. It's like, if you work out your muscle too hard, right? Too much, the muscle breaks down and injures. So you overstimulated the muscle. Whereas if you just go little beyond, just a little, okay, a little bit more than what's comfortable, then the muscle will still be under some pain. It will be sore, but it will grow. It's the same thing with discipline. It's the same thing with structure. You have to find the right structure, balance of structure and discipline for yourself. So some form of restriction is necessary, I would say, in everyone's life. And then you don't want to go too much beyond that. Otherwise, then it's too restrictive and it's too much. And you've overstimulated the discipline, the structure muscle in your life. If we look at the feminine and look at the masculine, they sort of work differently. The feminine is receptive, flowing, you see, receptive, flowing, not in a rush, chaotic. The masculine is assertive, so it asserts itself, it goes outwards, and is structured, actually. So when we look at our societies right now, they're masculine societies, and they're too structured. You know, the whole 9 to 5, for instance, which is worldwide, that's masculine. That's like structure. All right, every day you're gonna come here 5 times, yeah, every day, or 5 times a week, and at this time, and you're gonna leave at that time, right? It's too much. And so you'll see that everybody suffers from the system, first of all, because the problem isn't even just that it's too over structured, but also it's because it's you're doing some boring ass shit, and you're doing things you don't like, you don't want to do, so that's even a bigger problem. you know but nevertheless, everybody struggles with it, but women, I feel, struggle even more with the system. So you can see the difference here between the feminine and the masculine. So in my opinion, if you have a dominant masculine core to your current existence, your current character in this game that we're in, then you probably want to do more discipline, more structure in your life to direct that energy, to direct that masculine energy to get shit done, to take action in the world, to direct that masculine energy. If you're a woman, still, I would say some form of it is necessary, because otherwise you may never get anything done. You see, and this is a plane of action. This is a physical plane where, we're not manifesting things with our mind, like instantaneously, and, thinking of an apple and an apple appears. This is different. This is 3D, third density. And, action is needed. Things need to get done. So there, discipline and structure do help with that. And you could still flow within the discipline, meaning, let's say you discipline yourself, I'm going to meditate at 12 every day. At 12 afternoon, I'm going to meditate, right? Well, let's say you meditate for an hour. Well, within that hour, you can get lost in the feminine. So what does that mean? Lost in the flow of the Tao, of the flow of the moment. So it's a dance. You structure things, but when you start the activity, when you start something, it's pure flow. Yeah, and you go into timelessness, you see? Because if we're always in structure and discipline, there's also like you're constantly checking the time, and it can be too much. It can be too much in the mind, right? But the fine balance is to structure things, to have disciplines, but then when you start the activity, is to simply flow. It's a really interesting dance there going on between the feminine and the masculine. You see? So you structure things, but when you do them as if you didn't structure them. It is possible to not structure anything and totally live just in flow, right? But look, I have a life where that is possible. I don't have to ever structure anything. I don't have to ever put any discipline, because I could do what I want whenever I want, right? But for me, it doesn't work, and I've got too much masculine energy, and if I don't direct it in a deliberate, intentional way, I can feel lost, you see? So I highly recommend you take a form of discipline. I'll give you examples here. I recommend 1 hour meditation at least a day. Discipline yourself, set a particular time. Okay, because when you set a certain discipline, after some time, after a week or two of doing it every day, at the same time, your body begins to expect it. And when your body begins to expect it in your mind, then you get ready for it. So maybe the first week your meditation, you're hating it. But at some point, you're like, I got it. You get adapted to it. See, in the previous video, we talked about adaptability. You could use adaptability to your advantage to instill positive habits in your life. So you can use that and just simply adapt, discipline yourself, go through I don't want to take a cold shower, I don't want to meditate, because after some time, you're going to adapt to it, and you're going to like it. You're going to start to like it, and you're going to start to reap the benefits, the positive benefits from it. Okay? So that's about it for this video, and I want to thank all the Patreons for your support. I love you guys. Mwah! I love every single one of you, and I missed you all. And I will see you in the next video.